Kathy Barnard with So Beautiful Magazine. If you're just joining our blog tour, welcome to the introduction class. I'm going to be talking about terms and supplies, general basic supplies that you'll be needing along the way, because there are special things that we do use to help us achieve the precision on this type of sewing. So first let me talk about heirloom sewing. A lot of people have a misconception of what is heirloom sewing. You think of an heirloom as a piece of jewelry or something that your family's left you, and what does that have to do with sewing? Well, actually the techniques and methods of heirloom sewing are derived from the study of vintage clothing, and that's what we're doing here. We purchased this beautiful vintage nightgown from an antique store, and we loved the lace shaping. This is all hand embroidery too. The template for this is going to be on the centerfold. If you love to do hand embroidery and you're really good at that, then great. Hand embroider this just like the original. There's lace shaping, there's double needle tucks, there's folded tucks, there's lace to fabric, there's lace edging, so there's a lot of techniques going on with this, and we felt like this was a really good project to cover lots of techniques. Plus it's not overwhelming, it's very doable, it's a simple design, it's a beautiful shape, and it appeals to lots of people. Okay, here's the blouse, the remake that we made, and it's using our cotton voile and some Moline laces. All of these products are from Martha Pullen Company. You can get to that at marthapullen.com or go to SewBeautifulMag.com if you need a resource for all of these materials to make this. Now, what's beautiful about it is we've used machine embroidery in these shield shape designs instead of hand embroidery, so that we give people another option. If you don't do hand embroidery, you can always do machine embroidery, and it looks just as beautiful. And I'm going to go over some terms and helpful products that you're going to need along the way. Now, you can see that the shape of this is a simple kind of tank top design, and we use the tank top pattern from Sleepwear Especially for You by Martha Pullen. It's a book that has lots of great sleepwear patterns, and it had a regular circular neckline tank top style to it. If you have a pattern that can easily be adjusted, use that. And in the magazine we give you the simple drafting instructions to help you easily prepare your pattern for this style. So let me go, and we're going to discuss some of the tools that you're going to need and some terms about what is lace insertion, what is lace shaping, lace edging and entredeaux and those types of things. Okay, welcome back to the introduction. We're going to talk about terms, our materials, and some of the products you'll be using to aid you in your heirloom sewing. Let's talk about the materials first. This is called lace edging, and simply because it has one flat side, and this is called the header. It has one header, and the other side of the lace is embellished. It's the pretty edge. It could be scallops or anything, but you wouldn't be sewing along this edge. And as it denotes, it will edge something, finish off a raw edge or finish off some kind of edge. This is lace insertion, and it's called lace insertion because it will be inserted between two fabrics on each side. So there's two headers, there's one on each side, and generally this is either joined to entredeaux, or it's joined to beading, or it's joined to the edge of fabric, and you can even join lace edging to the edge of insertion to finish it off. But generally lace insertion never really finishes the edge of anything. Now this is called entredeaux. It's French. It's a Swiss, it's French, but it's a Swiss type of embroidery, because Swiss embroideries like this is Swiss beading, and it has an entredeaux on each side of it, is really more of a machine embroidered type of insertion, and it usually goes in between two pieces of fabric. Entredeaux serves as also a strengthening. It helps support seams that take on stress, like shoulder seams or waist seams, and it also gives a nice clean join if you want to build a fancy band and you're going to join lace to the edge of it. You'll see it used in our project, our camisole project as well. And we will be talking about how to use entredeaux on one of the blog classes. So these are our products. This is the beading. The reason it's called beading is it has holes which ribbon runs through. Now some people use this and they don't run the ribbon through it because it's a beautiful bridging type of piece. And but beading usually means, there's also lace beading, but it has holes in it, and the holes serve as a purpose for something to weave through it. Now the fabric on this particular garment is cotton voile, a Swiss cotton voile. And I used to think that batiste was about the lightest fabric that you could find, but until I discovered voile, and it's actually more sheer and more lightweight than batiste. When you look at a lot of vintage clothing, I used to think that vintage clothing was batiste that had just been worn thin, but now I know that it was made from voile. So that's what we're using on this project. But batiste, voile, silk, organza, those are the types of fabrics that you want to use on your heirloom sewing. You want to use quality cottons, quality silks. Those types of fabrics last forever, and if you're going to put the time and the effort into making something beautiful, you want to use beautiful, high quality fabrics that are going to last a lifetime.